Welcome to a Sith List live stream. This is like our third or fourth one. This time, Obi-Wan Kenobi, season finale, chapter 6 is on the bill. Guys, I'm Mirage, and all these fine young gentlemen right here are members of the Sith List. Eric Struthers, what's up, buddy?
Dude, here's the deal. I want to know how we can get that de-aging thing that they used in that scene to put on this thing right here.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure that out for a long time.
Talk to Randy about it.
Yeah, talk to her. Speaking of Randy, Randy, what's up, buddy?
Nothing much, man. Glad to be here. Excited for the episode tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And right under Randy is Carlos Boo Arguello. What's up, man?
Nothing. Just like Randy, I'm excited. I wish it came on earlier so I didn't have to wait, but, it's okay. I get to hang out with you guys.
Right. With us fine people, just like the Titanic. I think Leo said that. Speaking of fine people, Les Gonzalez, what is up? How are you?
Nothing much. I'm looking at myself, and I look like I'm like a ghost, man. Got a ton of just extra light going on here, man. It's not cool.
Yeah.
I got to figure this out.
Not like a force ghost, but just like a ghost.
I need a lighting expert up in here.
Yeah. Speaking of ghosts, but that's kind of weird. King Tom Chansky, what is up?
Yeah, it's we got a new Weezer album today and final episode of Obi-Wan tomorrow, so it's a great day in my house.
Yeah, it's quite a week for you, buddy. It's quite a week. Guys, we're gonna be having we're gonna be on for about an hour or so, getting mentally ready for the season finale, and we're gonna talk a little bit about the season, what we thought of the season in general. We're going to bounce some questions off of each other. And chat room, please ask us a bunch of questions. I know Randy's going to be on the ones and twos in the chat room, DJ Diddles, like last time. And he will be DJ Diddles, and he'll be popping some questions up. And yeah, we're going to have a good time. We're going to have a really good time. But before that, guys, I just want to say we started a Patreon just this last week. It's a long time coming. I know, Tracy Moon. You're the one that pushed this, and I get it, and I thank you. But we just want to say thank you to everybody that has been supporting us on Patreon, and we're going to put out all kinds of quote-unquote sick content, but it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think Randy and King Tom put out a Weezer, or they recorded a Weezer thing last night, correct?
Yeah, we're editing right now.
Yes, that's right. Look at him. He's excited. Randy's excited. So
We barely needed to do any editing. It was perfect.
Yeah. It's phenomenal. Unlike the Sith List podcast. But guys, so let's dive in to this craziness. Loving the close-up on Boo. I know Boo's he's got his whole his face in the frame, and that's the way we like it, Chapman.
There's not much background. It's the doorway to the bathroom. I'm not sure if you want to see that. So
No.
You get to see all of this.
Everything's resting on Boo's belly.
Bingo.
So,
exactly.
This is exactly
right.
what it is.
So for the people that are watching, his laptop is literally resting on his belly.
He's in a lazy boy. I think he's in a recliner right now.
I am. My feet are up. I am in a very comfy position. Oh yeah, this is great. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. OG Rob, don't say sick. No, I'm sorry, buddy. So guys, let's. I'm just gonna ask random questions to you guys, and see what you guys think. So tonight, obviously, is the finale. And Eric, I want to know this from you. I want to know, does there need to be a final battle to make this, to round this thing off, to make it complete? Or are you happy with the battles that we got between them, if you want to call it battles? And are you happy with the show if we don't get one?
Personally, from the show standpoint, I'm happy with it how it is. However, having billed the rematch of the century, Kathleen Kennedy famously saying that, I feel like that hasn't happened in this so far. So they're sort of stuck having to do something or having a little egg on the face for that. But from a storytelling standpoint, I'm pretty pleased with it. I think you really have to exercise caution as to how much interaction Vader and Kenobi can have and still have the events of A New Hope feel good. But I mean, whatever they do, man, to me, this series has been a win so far. So however they do it, as long as it's in the same spirit of everything they've done in the first 5 episodes, I think it'll be great, whatever it happens to be.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think I agree with you. It's been such a kind of an emotional show for us. I mean, everyone that's here from the Sith List, we got to see it with about a couple thousand people at Star Wars Celebration, the first 2 episodes, and just hanging out, being there with all those people. Excuse me, and being there with you. Look, I'm getting emotional right now. Being there with you guys, I'll never forget that. You know what I mean? And then doing the reaction videos with Les and Randy. I mean, I've just been watching it with like my closest friends, so it's been really, really fun. This whole thing, and to fill in the gaps like, you know, Lucasfilm does. I'm all about this, and I don't think they need a final battle, but damn, I'm ready for a final battle. And I'll tell you, and it seems like Obi-Wan has progressively gotten a little bit more his skills back. You know what I mean? So I think things are going to go down. That's for sure. How about you, Boo? What's your not just necessarily does there need to be a final battle? What's your take on this season? You know, you're a prequel baby.
Yes, very much so.
So how has that whole thing been?
It's an interesting way to fill in the gaps of stuff that we weren't sure about. You know, I think everybody had their own headcanon of, did he just stay on Tatooine the whole time? Were there other things that went on? So it's interesting to see how they put it all together. I hope that they end it well with episode 6, where I don't know if I would want a season 2. I think I would just like this to be it. He's kind of done. You know, he's, you know, just spends the next 9 years on Tatooine, and that's it. But I hope that they're able to put that together enough where everybody's happy. Some people won't be, but hopefully everybody's happy. And I do think there needs to be a final battle. That'd be pretty cool. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, no, I've been liking the show so far. It's not perfect. There's some things that are not the most well done, but I dig this show so far. You know, it's more Star Wars content. How could you not be happy with that?
Now, things that are not well done. So, like, give it like an example of something that you didn't like.
You know, I hate.
I don't want to put you on the spot here, Boo.
Oh no! I don't mind.
I apologize.
No, you're good. I hate to nitpick, but
that's enough.
Just
kidding. I'm just kidding.
You didn't like it? You're out.
Yeah, you didn't like it? You're out of here. It's only positivity here. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, only positivity. Yeah, you know, some of the de-aging stuff, you know, wasn't the best. I don't know. You know, I just think it should have been more than 6 episodes. I think it would have had 8. I think 8 episodes would have been perfect. Because now I feel like there's a bit of a rush. I'm asking questions where I'm not like, okay, cool, I know where it's gonna go. Now I'm like, well, wait a minute. There's this going on. There's that. How are they gonna connect this? Even if the episode's like an hour and a half, which hopefully it is, that's gonna be. I feel that it's gonna be a bit of a stretch in order to, you know, dot every I, you know, cross every T. So I'm just hopeful that they're able to cap it off well enough. That's one of my concerns. Is there's some questions that are still out there where I'm just like, that'd be a tough thing to seal the deal. So let's hope that they can.
Yeah, absolutely. By the way, my mom's in the chat right now, and
That's
she
awesome.
says, I don't even know how she. I should know this whole phrase. She said, "Hello, everyone. Glad to see Boo. Let's do this!" ! Let's do this, Mom. When did you learn that? Let's
do this.
Spoken like a young
Mom.
Dolit Shahi.
Yeah, I like it.
Wow.
Mom.
Hi, Leela.
And by the way, Mom, super chat us. Damn, you're gonna come on here. You're gonna throw some money.
Yes.
I'm just
Super
kidding,
chat
Mom. I'm
us.
just
I
kidding.
think
I'm
it's
just
more
kidding.
telling she's glad to see Boo and not you.
I
Yeah,
know.
right, exactly.
Let's be real.
What's that
here,
all
yeah.
about, Boo?
The son she always wanted. So while we're talking about this, let me throw this out there.
Yeah.
Like what Boo said, one of the things I've found is that I want more of this. But I don't know that you really want to have a whole second season. Because while there's stories to tell, at some point, too much is too much, right? But I feel like when I say I want more of this, it's all for selfish reasons, because I want to see Ewan McGregor on screen. I want to see all this stuff, but you can't keep dabbling in this spot for too long, or else it's has a real chance to go south. What do you guys think about that? Or am I just crazy and they should just be telling every second of Obi-Wan's life up until the beginning of A New Hope?
as much as I'd love to see it, I think we have to get used to some things being a limited story and that's it. You know, they've already said Andor is 2 seasons and that's it. And I think streaming Disney Plus gives them a new way to tell some great stories. But we have to get used to the fact that this is not a television show that's going to have a certain number of seasons and go on forever. And that's on us as fans. And I'm fine with that, even though, like you said, I want more. I want everything. But yeah, the best stories are ones that you want more of, not ones that went on too long.
Interesting. I wouldn't mind 2 seasons of this. I wouldn't mind to see Luke in his teenage years. I mean, maybe from 12 to 15 or something. Because I remember, I might be mistaken. I was thinking about this when I was driving. I don't know if it was in a comic or if it was in the radio drama from back in the day. I remember that Luke and Obi-Wan had interactions already before New Hope. I know that Obi-Wan helped him in Beggar's Canyon a couple times. He got him out of some difficult situations a couple times. He was the old hermit, but there was interaction. So
yeah,
they could. Correct, King Tom?
Yeah, right? The new canon comics. There were journals of Obi-Wan Kenobi that Luke was reading, and right. he helped out Owen a few times. He saved Luke directly. One of the times from Black Chrysanthemum.
Oh, okay.
And in A New Hope, it is implied that they have met before. From the way he references.
Right. And I think that's what they used for the radio drama. They used stories from the past and how he's helped him out. So, yeah, I wouldn't mind a second season of that. Plus, Ewan has been so great in this. I just can't imagine they just do a one-off here. And he loves playing him. If the story's right, they should definitely do it.
And really quickly, sorry to interrupt. If you guys have any like long form theories or questions, we're making note of them, and then we'll take them towards the end of this and start just kind of going through everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
So your questions are seen.
Yes. I saw somebody have a hot take that Ewan was just phoning this whole thing in, and you can totally tell. And I'm dumbfounded by that, honestly. Part of this is I didn't realize how nostalgic I was for this until I got it. But at the same time,
comments are on fire right now.
That's on brand, man. I love that. But see, that's exactly right, Andy, is how many times can they have him leave? And because then, like I said, you really start to run the risk of bumping into, like, undoing what's already been done with the very first movie that started this whole thing. But anyway, what I was saying is that I can't fathom how somebody could come up with that take on that. I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion, but I just don't see it. I don't see where you could just say that he's just phoning it in. I've not considered that as a viable option for any of it.
Yeah, I don't see that either. I definitely don't see that either. What do you guys think about Reva's character in general? I'm a big fan, but what the heck? Well, we're going to get into we'll get into episode 6 stuff a little bit later, tonight's finale a little bit later, because how is this going to play out? Well, let's do it right now. F it. How is this going to play? How is Reva surviving, in your guys' opinion? And I don't know any of the leaks. There's been leaks out there. No. And I haven't looked at anything, so I know you guys haven't either. So that's why I'm asking you honestly, how is this going to play out with her? Is she going back there to try to kill Luke? Is she going back there to sacrifice herself to save Luke somehow, some way? Where are we going with this? Randy, what's your take on this?
I think that Reva's going to go to Tatooine to try to initially kill Luke. And then, considering the story that's kind of been laid out so far, she is going to be faced with the same decision that Vader was faced with. And obviously, again, spoilers, she's not going to do it. So Luke will live in this episode, and then she won't give away that
Wait a minute.
Vader has children.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
This is Striking News.
Say that again, Randy.
Luke will survive this episode.
There it is.
I promise.
There it is. We
Bold
told
prediction.
you
Bold
that we didn't
prediction.
watch leaks, but we do have scoops, and that was one of them.
Oh yeah, I heard from a very
There it
trusted
is.
source.
Yep.
Yes. Well done. Well done with that. Yeah. Okay. I feel you. I think that's gonna happen. I don't think she's gonna die either. But if she doesn't die, doesn't that mess with everything? There's another person out there that knows the lineage. That throws everything off, doesn't it?
No,
Kind of.
she doesn't know that Anakin has children.
I think it's
I think it's assumed.
if
strongly
if
assumed.
not, then everything Randy said's out the window. She's got no impetus to
No,
go kill Luke.
she just
and if
knows
she-
that there's a kid. She just because it was a broken up message.
No, but
No,
what
no,
she
no,
heard
no.
him say was, has he found you?
Has he
And
found
he plainly is Anakin. But so my thing would be this is, and I can't remember who reminded me of this, and so whoever it was, my apologies for not being able to adequately give you credit for this. But one of the things that Owen told Reva in the first episode is that on our farm we what did he say? We eliminate
Kill vermin.
Kill vermin.
we kill vermin. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where she's headed. And so I would like to see that. I don't think she can come out of this alive. I don't think that you can. Chapman, settle down. That's ridiculous. I just don't see that being viable. And of course, you know what though, man? Tracy Moon came in out of nowhere and predicted her whole arc, so he probably actually knows what it is.
Well, so did Randy.
I just don't see that. He stole that from Tracy. We all know
He
it.
did-
Come
he
on,
did steal
Randy.
it. He took
Thanks, Tracy. Appreciate it.
Yeah. That's bullshit.
But I don't see you. People can't keep their yap shut, man. You can't have that news floating around. I mean, for God's sake, Bail Organa coughed it up like a Nimrod. I don't know what
right,
he
that's
was
what I'm
thinking.
saying.
He's a
Yeah,
little
that's-
frazzled, all right?
Hey,
His
Wim,
daughters were
the
kidnapped.
Wimmer. Hey, Wim. Hope you're doing well, buddy. We missed the Wim. I'm so glad Wim's in here. It's always so great to see familiar faces in our chat room. It makes everything more. It's just more fun to have our buddies in our chat.
Mhm.
So our boys.
You always say that.
And our girls. Yeah. The girls. I think that sounded weird, but whatever. But guys, yeah. Somebody else have something they want to talk about
But before this episode, I was thinking that she was going to end up on some planet stranded and just decide to leave the whole Force thing altogether, like we saw it implied that Obi-Wan was doing at the beginning of the series, like Luke did in The Force Awakens: The Last Jedi. I was thinking that her way of redeeming the character was going to be just ignoring the Force. But now that she's going back to Tatooine, that idea is out the window, because I don't know how they would pull that off and have her be on Tatooine, where Obi-Wan is, where Luke is, the place that Vader is afraid of.
Right. I know. And Brandon said something right now about the Inquisitor. By the way, the guy that plays Inquisitor. I think he's been phenomenal too.
Yeah, he has been great. He has been great.
Yeah. You were gonna say something, Boo?
That was some of the things that I had when I spoke earlier about some of the questions that are still out there. How are they going to handle it? I really think Owen's going to handle some business on his farm, and he's gonna protect his homestead, his family. He's gonna do whatever needs to be done. And I think there will be some kind of, maybe not respect, but kind of like understanding from Owen when next time he sees Kenobi, where he's like, okay, I get it. It is some scary shit out there. Bad people are. I didn't get it. Bad people are around, and I understand and I appreciate what you're trying to do for my family. Still stay away, but I understand.
Right.
So I think their relationship will be able to grow from after this moment because of what's going to happen in episode 6, where it'll be still animosity, but not hatred, essentially.
That the threat's real. He'll have a real, true understanding that threat is very real.
Exactly.
Let me ask you guys this while we're talking about Reva and Owen. So she started out, she's raw with Kenobi about, one of the things she said is, where were you? He was your Padawan. referring to Anakin, where were you? Why didn't you stop this from happening? Kenobi uses her to bait Vader and ultimately allow their escape. There's got to be some part of her that's there where the rage is going to come in that, hey, dick, remember when you said that we were going to take him together? Remember that? And then you left. So I feel like that rage is just going to be placed harder onto Kenobi at this point, and that's going to have to be resolved somehow. I don't see them letting go of that story point, or at least it's there for the taking. Think anything's going to happen there?
If it does, I think that lessens the chance of a Vader Kenobi duel. If it's Reva Kenobi all over again.
I feel
Because
like
I-
that's something they would
turning on Darth
have to
Vader.
dispatch quick to leave room for that.
Yeah, and the other thing is Obi-Wan is stranded on a ship without hyperdrive. That's something else they're going to have to resolve so that he can get to Tatooine.
Guys, was that not the best scene in the entire episode, in the entire series, when O'Shea Jackson's telling him that the hyperdrive is gone and he's stressed out, and they're right behind us, and then Obi-Wan's just thinking about, I guess Reva and Luke, and then he snaps at him and he goes, "What now?" And he tells him again, and then he's like, "Oh, we'll be fine. It's all good."
No big deal.
He's
big
seen
deal.
episode 4.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true. He's got sources too, I guess. That's right. That is absolutely right. So we're. Oh, go ahead, King Tom. Go ahead.
I was gonna ask, because we were talking about Owen. Are we going to see Bail meet Owen?
Ooh.
It's a good question.
Are we going to see Bail meet Owen? I think we might. We might see.
Yeah.
Might see that. Yeah. Why not? Let's do it.
I think so.
I
Like
don't see any
that,
problems
the bringing up, having that communicator would only serve as a device to get Reva on the planet. Otherwise, it makes more sense that if Bell went to Tatooine.
Yeah.
I think that's a better, especially
Obi-Wan's
for
going
the
to have to
actor.
give Leia back somehow.
Yes.
Yeah. Good point. Very good point.
Well, I was talking to my buddy
Nice.
at work today. His name is Luis. Shout out to Luis. He had a theory. He had a theory of how Obi-Wan's going to split off with the group. He thinks what's going to happen is that he is going to have them drop him off at Mustafar, knowing that Vader is going to just be focused on him. And while he drops him off at Mustafar, they go off and they split. And Vader pretty much said, "I don't care about these guys. I want Kenobi." And that's where the battle's going to go down, on Mustafar, while the split happens. I thought that was pretty interesting.
So
I don't
does
know
that
how
mean?
he gets back?
So does that mean that Reva goes all the way to Tatooine and Owen and Reva go at it, and then we get Vader and Kenobi going at it at the same time on Mustafar?
Yeah, I mean that would be very interesting. And Brett, if that happens, that will be mind blowing. But I don't think that is going to happen.
I hope it doesn't.
I hope it doesn't either.
I think it leaves the door open for, with their force sensitivity and just like the connection that we've seen, for example, between Anakin and Obi-Wan, that if with both of them being force sensitive, that they would recognize some form of bond there.
Right.
Yeah.
By the way, Turbo's totally throwing us off every single time he puts a comment.
You know what? That's fine. I do hope that we get to
I
see
love
some
Turbo.
sweet Aunt Beru food processor action.
I think we will, for sure.
I want to
heard
hear
they're
that
having
sound.
barbecue.
Oh, that's awful. That's awful.
It's a practice run. They were doing a couple test runs to see if the recipes work.
They like to cook out.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh. That's awful. So I think it's time, guys, unless anybody else wants to talk about what they thought about the show, but I think it's time to take some theories and some questions of what some of the people in the chat room think about what's going down.
right.
Here. What's going on.
Let's start off with with Brent. Let's see. So off the top, what the odds we get a scene where Vader's helmet is ripped open by Obi-Wan's lightsaber and we see Hayden under the mask in part, like the same as Rebels.
Ooh. And then this time will we see a scar? I know in Rebels that was a big, huge thing. We didn't see a scar.
I think that would be epic. I do hope that that's something that they do. I feel like on some level that they've got to address the
Master.
like the humanity that's left
Oh.
of Anakin, and it seems
Yeah.
like in Rebels, whenever that happens with Ahsoka, that's when we get to see Anakin for a split second. And
Right.
if they're going to do that, I think that's the way you make that happen. Because I mean, it's not just a good visual. It also there's a lot of metaphorical meaning in there to have him exposed like that emotionally.
What if at some point he's slightly damaged, like his helmet or face apparatus, and Anakin rips it off himself to show Obi-Wan, because he says, you made me, you did this to
Takes
me.
it off. Look at this.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Won't
where he's
that
just
kill
like,
him? Won't that kill him if his helmet
might.
comes off?
a few things might have killed him already. I think he's willing to die.
Yeah, I don't think he can be doing that.
What if he says? What if he says? Leave me. That would be cool.
What if they do that bit from the Thrawn novel and he weekend at Bernie's his other backup costume in
Oh,
No,
to get the new helmet?
that would be really cool. But
no, it
Like
wouldn't.
Iron Man?
Wait, hold on,
Like
hold
wait, like Iron
Hey,
Man?
hey,
He's
yes,
just
like
like,
Iron Man.
Hey,
and it just.
but King
No, he
Tom,
uses the Force to do it.
did you
Oh,
say?
ah.
Did you say Thrawn?
Yep, I said Thrawn.
Greetings. This is Grand Admiral Thrawn aboard the ISS Chimera. You are currently listening to the Sith List. I know a great deal about you because of this artistic choice. May warrior's fortune smile upon your efforts.
My apologies for that.
I was just making sure you said Thrawn.
got to get our money's worth out of that one.
Yes, yes. I took
That is a
Good.
terrible story point. That the whole weekend at Bernie's suit thing. I
Oh,
just
yeah, that would be awful.
that was the worst. I was enjoying that book, and then that happened, and everything after that, I just like couldn't take it seriously.
That's true.
All right. And from Robert, do you think they'll have an explanation as to why Vader doesn't go to Tatooine and Alderaan and wreck shop?
I always wondered that. Like, why wouldn't you go back to the place where you're? Well, because he doesn't know he doesn't know that he has a child. I guess that makes sense.
I think Reva is keeping the information about the specific information about Leia and where she's from to herself.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, but again, I mean, he doesn't know that that's his kid,
Right, that too.
and so that
He doesn't know. You're right.
what he cares about is Kenobi. Now, if he found out that Luke and Leia, I mean, that would wreck everything. So they can't really let that happen.
So what you're saying is you think that Reva knows Leia is a Force user? King Tom, is that what you're saying?
Well, I was going to say the identity and where she's from and everything, but sorry.
That's really good.
Damn it, Wim.
Be a Jedi tonight.
so
no,
dumb.
That is really
When
good.
they were doing the scene in the conference room where she was questioning her, I thought she could feel Leia pushing back.
Hell yeah, we got a super. That's our first super sticker ever, by the way.
What's up, Wedo? Thanks, man.
Nice.
Thank you.
From
That's a
King
sticker.
Vax.
Yes, that's.
I mean,
yes,
Wax.
Thank you, buddy. Yeah.
Yeah, King Tom, I was getting that vibe too.
Yeah.
that
King
she
Tom,
could feel her resistant or past like a normal physical ability.
Yeah. You might be right about that. You might be right about
But I do
Alright.
She ended
think
up losing the staring contest, right? Because that's
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
Punked. Yeah.
And Josh asks, how much should Luke witness? I get the idea he never really saw much action on the farm, certainly never saw a lightsaber before Obi-Wan gives him one.
Good call.
It's going to happen when he's sleeping.
Right.
Yeah.
What should he witness?
Yeah, like they're going to do like that really silly, like where he wakes up just as stuff has like left the room. Like, what? Yeah, he really can't see anything. He can't see, I don't even think he can see Obi-Wan.
Nah, he knows Obi-Wan.
What's he going to see him do?
I don't know what he's going to see him do, but I mean,
I mean, you can't really have him. He's not going to be just like hanging out, like pretending to be
Dude,
walking by. He's going to have to be involved in
He
something.
has an Oculus, bro. Look at him.
That's
right.
He's
Oh,
looking at him right
right.
there. Look at him.
Look at him. He's playing Beat Saber. That's sick.
He's
dude.
looking at Obi-Wan.
He's punching Randy right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you say Beat Saber?
Yep. Hey, get your head out of it.
No, I wasn't thinking that.
You sure you were?
Can I tell the people what I did to Randy today? It was fantastic.
Ooh.
I texted him, "Hey bro!" Exclamation point! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! And then I waited a couple hours, like an hour or so, I think, 45 minutes to respond. I actually called him back and go, "Randy, did you hear what happened to Justin Timberlake?" And he's like, "No." I said, they found out that he brought Sexy back a couple years ago. He was so mad at me. And he was going to hang up. But I used that joke
we all are.
around. I almost called every single one of you and did the same thing, but I didn't. I stopped.
It was so disappointing, man.
Yeah.
That was like 20 years ago. Yeah, man, that would have been terrible. Thanks for not wasting my time with that.
How many Padme references do you think we get?
I think we get one for sure, Brian.
We're going to
I
get
think-
one possibly, yeah.
I think Kenobi's going to tell. If they have a confrontation, I think he's going to bring her up.
Especially
For
if it's
sure.
on Mustafar.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is where you did it, you jerk.
You jerk. Are we going to get any Baru?
Yeah, I believe so.
think so.
I mean, because they made a point of bringing Bonnie Peace out during the panel.
And I'll
Yeah, I
just
think
throw this in. Are we going to get any Qui-Gon?
I was going to wait for that. Yes, dude. I
Better.
think
Yeah, we
the
better.
last scene, my prediction for the very last scene is we're going to hear Qui-Gon say Obi-Wan, and it's going to go to black.
Yeah, I've really kind of changed my line of thinking on that. That I feel like we're going to see him physically.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bro,
I,
if we see Obi-Wan.
Like flashback or
Oh.
like Force
no,
Ghost?
as a Force Ghost, that we'll
Oh,
actually
okay.
see Qui-Gon manifest physically, even if it's just from the back. But we'll definitely hear his voice. Something that Cruiser threw out at me today is, what if he manifests to both Anakin and Obi-Wan, and kind of like
Ooh.
in Attack of the Clones, where he says, Anakin, no,
Oh,
you
dude.
hear his voice. And if that's something that happens
I
in
just
the
got
show,
goosebumps when he said that.
that'd be pretty dope, man. Good
Can
on
you
good on
imagine?
Cruiser for coughing that one up.
Yeah, that would be
So
amazing
that-
because
So that should happen if they're fighting on Mustafar, right? And they're going at it and like they just have
happen
at a
anywhere. there's a Force
standstill.
Ghost. Yeah.
I mean, and they're at a standstill, and he just manifests in some way right there.
They'll both be hearing his voice, and they'll look around, and they'll see him up there, and he goes, "I'm the one with the high ground."
High ground.
Ooh.
But it would be. Can you imagine hearing Vader hear Anakin? Well, Anakin hearing Qui-Gon, and he just turns his head, like, oh my gosh, damn.
And he says that, what? Just like in A New
Oh
Hope.
yeah,
You are
When-
part
when
of
the
the
Falcon-
Alliance and a traitor.
Yes.
Take him away.
yeah.
What?
Yeah. What?
All right. Turbo wants to say, why does Obi-Wan call Ben a wizard in front of Luke? That implies Luke has seen Ben showing some Jedi abilities.
Yeah. What I think happens there, Turbo, is I think there's this like mythology about Ben Kenobi, and he's a hermit, he's a wizard. People might have seen him do things, and it's just like this lore that's happened with him. That was what I always took out of it. Is like he was that old wizard, that old Gandalf dude in a cave,
Wizard's just like some term. Just like
It is. In Star
any
Wars.
vagabond, just like, they're just a
Well,
wizard.
no, I think like the rumors have
wizard.
spread. It is wizard.
Yeah. Ben is wizard.
Yeah.
Will Vader mention he had a kid?
No, I don't think so.
No.
No.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
It's something he wants to forget.
But what's good? Yeah, he can't be in Tatooine because he will feel Luke's presence. Correct? Oh no, because
Mm-mm.
he doesn't really know Luke's presence in New Hope until Empire. Yeah.
Plus, I think he's so blinded by his rage towards Kenobi that
Kenobi,
he has no semblance of whatever's going on. He is just hell bent on one thing and one thing only right now.
Now I don't remember this, and I probably sound like an idiot. When does Vader actually know Luke is his son? Do we ever get that moment where he goes, "Snap! It's his son"?
In the comics,
In the comics. Okay, that's why. Oh, in the new canon.
the new canon comics between A New Hope and Empire.
And who tells him? Is it Afra?
It's Boba Fett.
Oh, it's Boba
does.
Fett. I remember.
He
now.
said
Okay.
he sends
Yes.
Boba Fett to look for information on
And he
Kenobi.
says something about Skywalker. Another.
yeah, and
Go
says there's a kid named Skywalker. Then Vader sends Afra to look for more information.
Is that when he shatters the glass on the
Yes,
on the ship?
on the
That's
Star
what-
Destroyer.
Yeah.
ahead.
Okay.
Yeah. Randy, bring up Wims again. What was Wims saying?
Here we go.
Another thought. Somehow Luke gets his toys, so I'd imagine that somehow Owen and Brule learn to understand how vital Ben is on watching over him. Yeah, maybe that, like we said before, maybe they find out tonight when we watch how vital it is.
Boom.
But if he's not there, oh, Tracy Moon.
Oh,
Dang. The
That's
fucking
awesome.
Shipping the Patreon too. Nice.
Yeah, thank
Sith
you,
List
Tracy
Street
Moon.
Team, bro. I see you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Will we find out how Obi-Wan or why Obi-Wan moves from the cave to the cliffside hut there that he's at in A New Hope?
New digs. Yeah.
He's going to get back, and there's going to be somebody living there.
Yeah,
Somebody's
Jawa's going to take over the cave.
somebody's
Yeah.
squatting. He's like,
The Jaw was gonna sell it. He's like, "Well, we thought you were dead." So
Leaving
Sold it.
costs extra.
Yeah. Exactly. So
All
Jawa was
right.
house sitting for him.
2/3 Two Nerds asked, do you think that they will wrap things up or leave us with a cliffhanger for season 2?
Go ahead, guys.
I mean, there could be other reasons for Obi-Wan to be pressed into action. Him and Bale have a connection. They have ways to communicate. He could always send them on special missions or something. So I could see another season. Maybe we do get a cliffhanger.
Yeah, I don't think they were thinking about a season 2 when they initially did this thing. So I think we might get a resolution at the end of this. Because I know the season 2 rumors happen after like the first couple episodes. But
Yeah, I think it's going to be a definitive end, and even if there is a season 2, and it involves him going off planet again, I don't know that they're going to do Vader Kenobi, the rematch of the
No,
century.
No.
So I think whatever the big issues of this season or the series so far, I think those are all going to be resolved.
yeah, I agree. Yeah, I don't think we'll ever see Kenobi and Vader again. And, the next one's New Hope.
Brandon says, just saw the rumors that Cal Kestis is getting his own series on Disney Plus, and I'm pumped. I have a
What?
huge theory that he will possibly make a cameo in tonight's finale, and I can't wait.
Oh my god! See, goosebumps again, and I don't even play that damn game, dude. But I just, I watch people play that game. But I can't. Oh my gosh, that'd be rad.
This is just one man's opinion, but I feel like you're at the end game where introducing another character, that especially one with any weight behind it, is a mistake. In the finale of this 6-episode arc, there's just because you're gonna have to explain who it is, at least on some level, and
That's true.
it's just too much. And while I think it's a neat idea, that please don't get me wrong. Oh, by the way, people, no spoilers or leaks up in this show right now. Okay,
No.
just
Yeah.
FYI. Just, but I don't think it'd be a good idea. You need to resolve the things you have right now, rather than throw any new wrenches into the thing.
But Eric, there's a way they can do this. They can do it at a cutscene, and cutscenes always have ambiguous characters show up, and you're like, "Who's that?" And you have to go on the internet and look it up. But usually on like Marvel and stuff. But they can absolutely do it on a cutscene, and that means they would have filmed after the fact that the season was over.
You mean a post-credit scene?
Yes, I'm sorry, a post-credit scene.
Okay, because that's what I'm saying. You can't have some unknown come in and affect the outcome of this.
No, you're right.
It-
But a
it's-
post-credit
that's
scene
not.
would be
Yeah.
great.
I think if there is a post-credit scene, it's going to be something like Bale back on Alderaan, having like a video conference with Mon Mothma, saying, I talked with him, he's not ready yet, he'll be back sometime in the future, and then we'll see her end, and Cassian will walk in and say something. And then it'll end.
Oh no,
That'd be a nice touch.
a cameo.
Yeah,
That is an
would be-
appearance. That is an appearance. Oh wow.
Either that or we'll get 5 minutes Ajax Citizen walking around the desert.
Ooh.
By the way, let's give a big shout out to the people that are friends that we know that have actually been a part of the Star Wars world. Steele, Corey, Aubrey, Michael from Rex and Around. It was pretty difficult to do a reaction video when you know some of your friends are walking in the background or right behind you, McGregor. So that was it was kind of rough, but awesome. We're so happy for you, man, and happy, jealous, and proud of all you.
Brian Bailey says, I do want more balanced Jedi vision shit from Kenobi's POV. I need more Yoda arc explanation of becoming one with the Force and maintaining your identity after death.
I thought we'd be getting more of that.
Yeah, me too.
Throughout this whole series, and I'm not
Agreed,
disappointed we haven't gotten it, but I would like a little more than we've gotten.
Well, maybe season 2 will be that. If we do hear Qui-Gon or see Qui-Gon, maybe season 2 will be Qui-Gon pretty much training Ben how to become,
Right.
what he is in the afterlife, and that would be rad. Because we know that Liam Neeson is coming back to do the voice, and his son's coming back to do the voice in the new animated series. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tales of the Jedi.
Yeah. So.
Brandon says, there were rumors in 2020 that Obi-Wan would make a reoccurring character in the Andor show. I think the Cassian could cameo in tonight's finale.
It'd be odd to me to have just Cassian walking by or something,
Right. Yeah.
But the seedings of the rebellion becoming more of a
thing.
coordinated thing instead of just pockets.
Like if they cut to Mon Mothma for something, and there's Cassian hanging out there, or maybe he's the realtor that sells Obi-Wan that hut, and he'll say,
Hooks him up.
"I've been in this hut since I was 6 years old."
Oh man! So don't touch the box in the back; it's got weapons in there.
Yeah.
Let me give you this theory that I talked to my buddy Luis about. Luis should have his own podcast because he's got some good theories. Well, I don't know if they're good, but let me tell you. He thinks this would be a great time to introduce Grogu in a flashback scene, and he's the one that heals Reva. He finds Reva injured with that lightsaber, and we've seen him heal, and he heals Reva's stomach.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "Huh."
I don't hate it.
I'll give it a
Things that make you go, "Hmm." Was that a song back in the 90s?
Yes.
I don't know. Why don't you tell us, man?
I think it was. Les knows the song. That's why he's laughing. Things, a CNC Music Factory. Correct, Les?
Not only do you know who sang it, so why would you have the quizzical?
He just wants to talk about it.
It just came up to me. It just came up.
How many times did you see them live?
I've never seen CNC. I have never seen CNC live.
It was a fucking double feature with fucking Spin Doctors.
I told you. I had to go to the Spin Doctors. I was dating a girl.
That's what everyone who goes to the Spin Doctors says.
And I left after one song.
It's definitely
They only have one song.
It's funny how the
They
Spin
played that
Doctors,
song 9 times, though.
the Spin Doctors are like the exact opposite of Woodstock. All the people who claim to be at Woodstock but weren't, but all the people who claim to have never seen the Spin Doctors but have.
It's so true.
I was really disappointed they cut that line of Obi-Wan's.
Which one?
From last week when Roken, when Leia says she was going to go up in the vents, and Roken's like, "What do you mean?" And then Obi-Wan just said, "Well, let her go. Little Miss can't be wrong."
I knew it was
Thank
coming.
you.
You got it.
You happy, Chapman?
That's 300 episodes of podcasting right there, buddy. That's called chemistry.
That is some chemistry for real. Yay.
After Vader is fed up by Kenobi.
Fucked up.
Effed up.
Oh, I thought you said fed up. Well, he was fed up too. Okay, Chapman. In the rematch, we see Palps telling Vader to leave him alone. Huh.
He's had
Whoa!
enough,
What
Johnny.
if that's it? What if that's an appearance?
That's interesting.
Palpatine.
Damn.
What if that happens? What if
I know, we're not
Palpatine shows him
talking
and he's
about
like,
good
Vader,
old Paps,
get
right?
back here. What do you just get back here?
I don't
Stop.
see. I'd love to see Palpatine, but I don't see him say, "Oh, let's let Kenobi live." I think Palpatine would send all the Inquisitors after him, or Palpatine would go after him himself.
Because it is Kenobi. Yeah, that's true.
I like to see when the end of the Inquisitors happens. Like, when is it when they get fed up with the Inquisitors, or like they just cut them off? right?
Yeah.
we don't
Not
see
till
the
Rebels.
Inquisitors ever again.
I think Vader does
Oh,
that,
Rebels.
right? Isn't Vader the one who wipes them out?
Rebels, yeah. Good point there.
Yeah, they're kind of just all gone at that point.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. Robert asks, does Obi-Wan mind wipe Leia at the end of the episode so that she doesn't remember they hung out for a week when she was 10?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
No, neither do I.
Here's the thing. And now, mind you, I know that we all know that Obi-Wan Kenobi and Ben Kenobi are the same person, right? But she sends this message on behalf of her dad saying, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope. But whenever Luke shows up and he's like, I'm here with Ben Kenobi, and she says, Ben Kenobi, like she plainly knows him. I mean, as a kid, there's some level where you don't necessarily make that connection. But she knows who he is, and
Right.
past the point of my dad told me about this guy. Her reaction, I think, you could satisfyingly say that her reaction on the Death Star would point to these events having happened.
Right.
Having happened. Take that hat out of there. Sorry, that was atrocious English.
Are you guys staying up for this, or who's staying up? I know us three are staying up. Randy, Les, and I were doing the reaction. You guys know you're waking up. How early do you guys wake up to watch this?
An hour earlier.
Well, Boo, you're going to work. You have to
I'm
go to
going.
work.
I'm going to work, and then I'm coming home. Then I'm going to watch it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brittany's waking up. I think like an hour, but depending on how long the episode is, about an hour and a half earlier. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, James. You know what? Haas just texted me. Haas was doing his best to try to come on, but he's working crazy shifts, crazy hours, and he just texted me that he can't make it. But we had Haas coming on, and we love Haas, and we love Blue Harvest. So anybody that's out there watching that hasn't listened to Brew Harvest or High Potion, which is this video game podcast, please do so.
Last week's episode was pretty good.
It was. King Tom was on it, of course. King Tom's got the jokes tonight. Where are these jokes, King Tom, during our podcast?
It's because I wasn't here last week. I've been saving them up.
Oh, that's
Saving them up.
I think that. Yep, he's been sitting on them and banking them.
Sit on it.
Not
that's
today.
fine. Happy to.
Never mind. I've totally. Oh, staying up. I'm kind of nervous about going to sleep. But I also want to watch this for the first time with Henry. He has been like so on this that I think I'll just wait until the morning and watch it before I go.
Yeah, that's cool that you get to watch it with him. He's
Yeah,
all about it, right?
Oh, dude, he was talking about it today. You know what tomorrow is, Dad?
Oh,
I'm like, I do, buddy. Colonoscopy. And he's like, no.
colonoscopy.
No, we were talking about Kenobi. He is fired up for it.
That's great. This show, this actual particular episode, I haven't seen this kind of buzz with Star Wars in a while. Even with Mando, like the season finale of Mando, people are all over talking about this finale. It's been pretty crazy. So I'm pretty excited about it. I just hope, some people are going to be disappointed, and that's just how it is with Star Wars, and I get it. But if it's anything like it's the last 5 episodes have been, I'll be fine. I will be fine.
Let me ask you guys this question. This is one of those shows, like you said, this is the reception of this compared to like The Mandalorian. This is one of those things that, right?
The colonoscopy?
Yeah, sorry.
Well, it might be a left turn. You know what I mean?
Sorry, yeah, exactly.
goes
Which
in.
side I'm laying on. Golly. But this is one of those shows, of all the shows they announced, I was probably the least excited about this when they
Really?
first announced it. Well, because, my whole thing was, well, how can Kenobi possibly leave Tatooine? Here's what we know, and blah, blah, blah. And when
Right.
we've talked about, like, well, as long as they do it right. If you look in the dictionary, how they did this episode, to me, is the definition of as long as they do it right. But it's funny to me how it went from I don't know that I am super stoked on this show to, oh my God, this is my favorite streaming Star Wars thing that we've had so far. Does anybody else feel like that?
I was very pumped up from the minute they announced the cast, and when they showed the boxes and the whole cast, I was like, wow, they got some winners here. So I've been excited for this one for a long time.
Yeah, I think I always assumed this was going to be the one I enjoyed the most just because it had Anakin and Kenobi. But and it's lived up to that. So I guess that kind of answers it.
I knew I would enjoy it, but as far as like story or things I was looking forward to seeing, I was probably looking forward to Andor more.
Really?
Okay.
Mhm.
I'm really
does look
looking forward
good.
to Andor. It does look great.
Yeah.
It does look great. Dude, we haven't talked about the flashback scenes of them practicing like this. Kenobi has a colonoscopy and they find. I hope they don't find any kind of force polyps up in
Force
here.
polyps.
Yeah. And I hope they don't use a lightsaber to burn them off. That's for sure. That would be bad.
A little mini lightsaber.
Yeah. Let's watch some of this, guys.
Are you ready? Are you? Then let's begin.
Okay. Well, I didn't want to play more because we'll get copyright infringement.
Oh,
But-
yeah, good point.
Yeah, but how great was that scene, guys? I mean, I know people are complaining, and they've done. Randy, I saw you put up a tweet. You weren't complaining, but you were showing the different types of de-aging. And
Yeah.
it could have been better. Sure, it could have been better. But I kind of respect the fact that they didn't go full de-age. You know what I mean? Did they do any de-aging on that?
Yeah, they did.
They did. Huh.
Very subtle.
I can't remember who it was on Blue Harvest this week, and my apologies to the person who emailed or called in about this, but they said that do you think this was like them toying with the idea of getting us used to them doing it in a less severe manner because the story is so much more important than what that visual is? Because to me, I appreciate that they did that. It didn't take me out of the moment as much as it might have if they had been very extreme. I appreciated the way they did it, and it didn't bother me in the slightest, because here's what I know. They're showing me a scene of something that was supposed to have happened all this time ago using actors who are their age now. That's just how it's going to be.
Right.
I never should have mentioned the colonoscopy.
Never should have.
Hey, credit to you for having to drink that jerk juice that you're drinking, and you haven't had to get up once. I mean, that's
Dude, I've just been pooping my pants the whole
Yeah,
time.
he's been wearing a diaper the whole time.
Fucking ready for this.
Oh, I should have done that instead of doing what I've done. No, I'm just kidding.
You know, with what Eric said, not the colonoscopy, but about not being taken out, because of the lack of de-aging, I felt the opposite. I was like, whoa. It almost seemed like they didn't de-age, and I'm like, that threw me out more so than if it was, I guess, extreme. So I was just like, I was more focused on, damn it, they didn't de-age him more than the gravity of what I was watching, them sparring against each other and stuff like that. And, what they're trying to push as far as you don't always have to win, you winning is going to make you lose kind of thing. So I think the lack of de-aging threw me off more than if it had been, I guess, a ton of de-aging.
You're definitely not the only one. And it seemed like they must have done it on purpose because it was so easy for them to do. People came out with their own de-aging things within 8 hours or 4 hours, and they looked pretty great. So they must have purposely have done that. And I kind of respect the fact that, Deborah Chow said, F off. I'll do what I want to do.
Well, part of it too for me sort of emphasized the idea that was the same dance that they were doing in the current time of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And so almost like they were playing this out in real time as like what you'd consider their true selves.
Right. That's kind of cool if that was
What they
reason why
interpret
they did
as
it.
themselves.
Hey, the fact that they did a flashback scene and the context of it, let me forget that they didn't de-age Hayden. Yeah, exactly. Great point. That's probably what she was going for. And kudos to her, by the way, Deborah Chow. I think she's done a great job.
She has done a
Has,
fantastic
The
job.
tone has been great. And those action sequences and the lightsaber battles were pretty amazing.
And all the characters, all it doesn't feel like there's been any throwaway characters. Everybody's been, their performances have been great. It's I don't know, for 6 episodes to have every character that we see you care about or you're interested in, that's a pretty damn good job. That's some good writing, some good directing, great acting on their parts. So yeah, no, I think the shows looked great. I just hope that they're able to seal the deal.
Yeah, and I hope Ajax Citizen is in the next one because really,
Yeah.
He's the one
his character
who
development.
stops Reva. That's he's the one who
stops
does
Reva,
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
puts his goggles on.
Yeah,
Goggles. Yes, he had goggles on. Right?
yeah, goggles.
Yeah.
Everybody had damn goggles on.
Yeah.
I get it, Sandy. All right, guys. I think we're coming up against it, right, guys? Is there anything else you guys want to final predictions? Let's do really quick final predictions. Randy, I'm going with you. Qui-Gon, yes or no?
Qui-Gon, yes.
And will they kind of justify the line in New Hope? Will they even go there with the master?
I don't feel like they've done it yet, so I hope they do.
Okay. Eric, Qui-Gon Jinn, you said yes in full physical form.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards that now. Yeah,
He does have a certain set of skills. Boo.
he does.
Final
Qui-Gon,
prediction?
but voice only.
Yeah, I'm saying voice only. I'm saying final scene voice only. Less.
Maybe we do get Qui-Gon, but I think we get a cut scene with Palpatine and Vader.
Oh. Damn. Lesson, you were right on the prediction because we did not think that they were going to have a confrontation in episode 2. And
they
you
clashed.
predicted
They
that from the
clashed
beginning.
sabers.
And Randy, you stole some of these predictions. I won't talk about that. King Tom, Qui-Gon Jinn, yes or no?
Yes. Visible.
Okay. Visible. Gosh, you want to see crazy reaction, guys, tonight? You wait until you see Qui-Gon Jinn pop out on screen. What do we got here? I hope they lean on the dialogue from Return of the Jedi. Yeah, Obi-Wan once thought as you did. Ooh, Darth Vader. Yes, yes. Which episode was that very Return of the Jedi episode? Was that episode 3? Yes, it was. Correct.
There was some. Yeah, there was some
Very,
Jedi stuff in that one.
very much Return of the Jedi feels on that one. Okay, guys, I think that's going to wrap it up because we're going to get ready to get our mindset going here and go into some kind of chamber and get ready for the final, the finale.
gotta
This
hop-
is going to be crazy.
You guys got to hop into the back to tank.
Yeah, I got to do that anyways every day. But guys, if you enjoyed what you saw today, first of all, I want to thank everybody in the chat room and everybody who's watching right now. Thank you so much for all your support and people that have given us super stickers and some super chats. Appreciate that. It's going to go on. Oh my gosh,
Oh,
Maybe we'll just hang out some more.
All right,
Listen, we
Tony,
got 2
thank
minutes.
you.
Let's go. Let's
Thank
just hang out
you.
for some super chats, dude. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that so much. But guys, like I said, we do have a Patreon now, and we're going to have all kinds of cool stuff out there for that. We have the YouTube channel, and you're watching it obviously right now, and we're going to do reactions to that. And we're not going to just stick with Star Wars. We're going to probably jump on the Miss Marvel train. I know it came out during Star Wars, and we've really enjoyed it. I'm up to date, and it's been really, really done well. So we're going to do that. We got Andor, we got Acolyte. There's a lot of stuff coming on, and we're going to be all over it right here on the Sith List, the Avengers of podcasting. I like that, Haas. Thank you very much. Guys, let's go down the line. Randy, you're going to be on the reaction video tonight, so I won't say anything. Eric, where can people find you?
Check out my other podcast, The Bad Motivators, and follow me on Twitter at Eric Strathers.
King Tom Chansky, king of all pods. Where can people find you?
Tom Chansky on Twitter, where I'll happily brag about never going to a Spin Doctor show.
Wow. You know what? I think that deserves one video bite. Okay, say that again, King Tom.
Why?
Fuck you, and fuck you. Who's next?
That's why.
You needed to wait. It would have worked better if 3 people did a Spin Doctors thing, Raj. It still worked out though. Man.
Well, they did earlier, so this is just
okay, good.
like
All
first.
right.
Les Gonzalez, king of all Laz. Where can people find you?
On Twitter at LessIsMore78, and also on this awesome channel and on our awesome podcast as we grow into becoming more like the Avengers of podcasting.
Right, and we have a new website, by the way. There's a lot of cool things happening for the Sith List. New website. You can find our merch there. You can find all of our episodes of our podcast, and our YouTube episodes are on there. The people that have been doing it have done a phenomenal job. Totally revamped it. Looks great. And last but not least, Boo, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at the Sith List Boo.
All right, and you can find me at the Sith List and with all these wonderful peeps right here. Again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. It was a ton of fun, and enjoy Kenobi's finale like we are. I cannot wait. Already got goosebumps. Eric, good luck on the colonoscopy.
Yes.
Hope everything goes well.
We expect
And,
footage like Harrison Ford said Celebration.
Yeah, definitely don't want to see footage.
Get your money's worth, man.
Yeah.
Right. But for everyone here, we thank you so much for your support, and we'll catch you next time right here on the Sith List. Oh,
Good night, but not goodbye.